We're going to start working on balance by rolling our feet on the ball. So taking your ball, prickly ball, tennis ball, whatever you've got, and just rolling your foot backwards and forwards. Have something nearby that you can hold on to for balance, since we're not working our balance yet. Really try and get your foot to deform a little bit around the ball. So you're pressing in firmly enough that it doesn't feel totally comfortable. Going the length of the foot. And then get your heel on the ball and just press down with your heel a couple of times. And then move the ball a little bit further up so you're on your arch. Press on your arch a couple of times. A little further up on the arch, close to the metatarsal heads, the ball of your foot. And then all the way so your heel is down. And you're just going to wrap your toes down around the ball and then lift them up and spread them wide. Wrap them down and lift them up. Then just relax your toes and roll your foot to one side. Your heels stay down and you're twisting your foot and then go the other way. You're twisting to one side and then the other. Trying to get a nice massage of your foot and an increase in sensitivity and mobility of your foot, because your foot needs to be sensitive and mobile to support you on the ground when you're balancing. Okay, let's do the other foot. Start by just rolling out, pressing the length of your foot. I'll turn sideways for this one. Get the ball under your heel, and you're pressing down firmly with your heel a couple of times. And get the ball a little bit under the arch of your foot. Press down firmly. A couple of times there. A little bit further up. Closer to the, still on the arch, but closer to the metatarsal heads. A couple of presses there. And then under the metatarsal heads. And then you're going to fold your toes down over the ball and then lift them up and try and spread them wide. Fold them down and lift up and spread wide. Then just relax your toes, and then you're going to rotate your foot, your toes to one side, your heel stays down, and then the other way. So you're twisting your foot, trying to wrap it and mold it around the ball. You don't need to be hanging on unless you really want to. One more like that, and then release. Take the ball and put it between your heels, and then holding onto your support, you're going to lift up onto your toes and then squeeze the ball and release. I'll turn so you can see. Lift up high enough that you can really squeeze and you feel the arch of your foot working, and lower down. Lift up, high, high, and squeeze and release. Two more like that. Lift and squeeze. One more. Lift and squeeze and release, and you can get rid of the ball. Now we're going to move the foot and experience the relationship of the foot and the tibia, the bone here. Move back a tiny bit. So you've got the little bulge that's right, so there's your kneecap. You've got this little bulgy bone that sticks out on the front of your knee. So find that, and then you're just going to wrap your hands just loosely around. You're not holding anything, you're just feeling the bone. And then slowly roll your foot in and out. Try to minimize the movement at your thigh and just get your foot to relax in, letting the arch drop and spread, and then the arch lifts a little bit, and make it slow and sensitive and exploratory. And feel how as your foot moves, this little bone is moving side to side. As your foot rolls in, the bone moves in. As your foot rolls out, the bone moves out. Let's do the other side. So again, finding that little bone that sticks out underneath your, so there's your kneecap, it's below there. I'm not really doing anything, I'm just feeling it and moving the foot in and out. Feeling the relationship of the tibia, this is on your tibia, the shin bone, and your foot. Don't aim for a big movement, aim for an exploratory movement. All 5 metatarsal heads are staying down, and you're getting a movement in the midfoot in this section here. Do a couple more like that. And then release from there, and we'll stand up and do some rotations. I'll just get my picture correct. So we're going to rotate and make the same connection through the foot, but further up the body. So cross your arms over your chest. You're going to rotate to your right and stay rotated. Turn your head, turn your shoulders, turn your pelvis. You will feel that your feet have moved as well. You should be on the outside edge of your right foot and the inside edge of your left foot. Keep everything still and rotated. Just move your right foot. Slightly roll your arch down and in, and then roll onto the outside edge again. Try not to let your pelvis move as you move the foot. So your whole leg will be rotating in and out in response to the foot, but your pelvis is staying rotated around. And then stay on the outside edge of your right foot and roll in and out with your left foot. So feeling the arch soften down to the ground and then lifting the arch. Again, you're looking for subtle, exploratory, not as big a movement as you can make, but as an awareness building movement you can make. And then finish off in the center, and we'll go the other way. Turn your head, your shoulders, your pelvis to the left. Feel how your feet have rotated. I'm turning back to look at the camera so you can hear me, but you want to stay rotated right around. And now feel how you're on the outside edge of your left foot and the inside edge of your right foot. Turn your left foot slightly in, rolling it down and lifting it up. Feel how this creates a movement in the hip joint. Your pelvis is still rotated left. Your shoulders, arms, and head are still rotated left. Mine's only turned back for the camera. And then leave your left foot on its outside edge with your first metatarsal head still down. Check you're still in your rotation. I'd kind of come out of mine. And now move your right foot, rolling your right foot in and out, keeping the rotation at your pelvis, feeling the movement of your thigh bone in the hip socket, the connection of your foot into the ground. And then return to center. Give everything a little shake. And then we're going to actually come into a balance. I want you to find your nice standing posture. So almost all of us live with the pelvis forward over the toes. Maybe it's not you, but most people do. And then they either drop their ribs down or lift their ribs up. So start with the pelvis forward, bring it back over your ankle. So the middle of your pelvis is just in front of the line of your ankle. Then get your even rib cage. You know, if you've been coming to me, if you're a rib thruster or a rib dropper. So find your even rib cage and then your head right on top of your rib cage. So you've got that nice lift. Imagine a helium balloon lifting you tall out of the top back of your skull. Lift your right arm up and reach your arm up, letting that bring your weight onto your right foot a little bit. Keep that sense of lifting up with the arm and with the body, and then lift your left leg off so you come into a balance. You should feel your foot moving a little bit in response to your postural sway. It's normal for our bodies to move a little bit all the time, but you try not to move at the ankle or above. Everything is just softly reaching up, and the foot is responding to the natural postural sway, and you're able to stay lifted in your balance. Hold that a little bit longer. Now I want you to, instead of reaching with your arm, lift with the crown of your head. So keep the lift through the crown of your head and hold your balance without your arms, so it's your head that's lifting up, still with your good alignment. And release there. Give that little leg a little shake, and we'll do the other side. So, once again, nice standing posture. So, shift your pelvis forward, feel the weight come into your toes. Pull your pelvis back, bring it right over your standing ankle. Even rib cage over your pelvis, crown of your head on top of your rib cage. So you're one long straight line, lifting tall out of the crown of your head. Lift your left arm up and reach it up as part of you bringing your weight onto your left foot. And then when you feel steady, letting your right foot come off. Now you'll feel some movement at your foot. That's your foot responding to postural sway. That's fine. Not necessarily that your foot is rigid. You want your ankle and above to stay still, relaxed, floating, and lifting. So if you're feeling very tense, it's actually going to stop the foot being able to be responsive. We've worked on the foot being responsive, sensitive to the floor. You want that sensitivity to the floor. Now, lift up through the crown of your head and lower your arm down. So you have the same lift without that reach of the arm. And again, everything is nice and relaxed and easy, floating up with a beautiful lift, and you've got a nice responsive foot. If that felt difficult for you to hold there, then keep going with this video. If you felt, yeah, that was pretty good, then move on to video 2.